channel. I am Gracie, and my other channel, the Spiritual Earth Angel 623 channel. As some of you know, I'll be posting videos of my prophetic vision and dreams on my spiritual journey and spiritual awakening, spiritual healing, and coming out of the matrix. So this message is for someone. I was sleeping. Remind you, the noise in the background is traveling, from my business. So don't, let that disturb you. But this is an important message because God had me to wake up. He had me to go through this dream, this prophetic dream and vision, and for like a week now, and putting pieces and pieces together as he was showing me. So what's going on is there is a mother she's like a pastor's wife in a church, really big church. Also too, then she has like an older son that he's really not into the church. He's more like in the world, like in the secular world, where he has a group of friends that he hangs out with and have parties. It's pretty much, they have like parties, invite women and stuff to their parties and stuff like that. He's not really into the church, like talking about it. He'll go, but he's not into the church. And his mom and father are into the church. They have a big church, and they have a lot of people, come to that church and stuff like that. And what I saw, they also have like a daughter of age, but this daughter lives at home with them. It's from what I'm getting. The daughter lives at home, and the daughter has health problems that I seen in a dream. The way that God was showing it to me is that one daughter, she has like a bowel blockage, where she's not able to use the bathroom, properly. That her bowels is really blocked. I think they took her to the doctor and told her that her bowels are blocked, and that in order for her bowels to be unblocked, they would have to do surgery or whatever on this daughter. This daughter is like in her teens, early 20s, I can say, in the dream, because also too, I see where they live. It's like this door. Let's go, because it's like two parts of the dream. So let me finish with this one. So the daughter is like having some health problems, some really, really bad health problems. And when you have like a bowel obstruction, is what it's called in the medical term. By me being in the medical field, and been working in the medical field for a very long time before I went into business on my own. And when you have a bowel obstruction, it's where your stomach and your colon just block up. You get constipated real bad. And the way that our body system is made, that if it can't release it through your colon and your butthole, that's how I'm going to put it, because I'm not going to say the other word, then it will start coming up through your esophagus and out your mouth. That's how the body is made. That's how God made the body system, that if it can't eliminate through your butthole, then it will start coming through your mouth, the other hole, which is your mouth. And that's what's happening with this girl. It's like she was able to pee, but she's not able to, to have a bowel movement. And I seen her in the bathroom, that she was running to the bathroom. Next thing I know, she was like throwing up feces. That she was in stool, very soft, green type color feces that she was throwing up. And when she was throwing it up in the tub. It's like she was peeing on the, toilet. Next thing you know, she leaned over to the tub and started throwing up in the tub, bowel feces. Is what she was, stools and stuff, like she was throwing up green, and it was like dark green, sort of like if a baby ate like some like green peas, and then that bowel turned green. That's basically what I saw in the dream. So this daughter of theirs is really sick, is really, really sick, and having some problems, some health issues with that. And so then after that, then the dream switched to another set of family that has a daughter that lives at home also, but they ride the public transportation bus, home. Like I said, these are of age daughters is what I'm seeing, and sons. And they ride, how you have the city bus, like, for people that don't have cars or vehicle, and then you have the city bus that, public transportation that will take you to and for your job or whatever. Okay, that's the type of bus that I'm talking about. And the way that it was is that this daughter, she wears weave a lot in her hair. She is brown skin, really, really skinny, could wear like a size maybe a 2 or 3 the most. And her hair is dark, like jet black type hair, and she wear it long. And like I say, she wear a lot of weave and stuff like that in her hair, or wigs or whatever. And this person, like I said, they live at home with their, it's like I don't know if the daughter and the mother is having some issues, because they live in an apartment setting. Because it looks like that the daughter went to stay with her aunt. It's like she went to stay with her aunt, one of her aunts, on her mom's side of the family. That she went to stay with one of her aunts, and it was like she's sick. Like, this daughter has health problems too. She has like a heart type problem, and the way that I seen in the dream was that the daughter was really sick. She didn't want to tell the mom where she lived at, because she was staying with one of their aunts, so she didn't want to tell or it could be her mother, in the dream also. Could be her mother, because when I seen it, yeah, it's her mother. So it's her mother that is in the dream as I'm getting downloads, and God's giving me clarification as I'm speaking of it because I'm doing it live. So, so it's her mother, and her mother has like really has long hair too, where she wear weave in her hair also, and she's kind of short. She's not that, maybe she could be more like maybe 5'6" or 5'7", no more than that. And so the mother was sitting on side of the bed, and the daughter was laying on sort of like, it wasn't like have you have like those sectional sofas? It was sort of like that, that the daughter was laying on, and the mother was laying there beside her, and you can tell that the daughter was really sick. She wasn't feeling well that day or whatever, but she wasn't telling her mom that she was having any type of health problems or anything. I guess maybe she couldn't describe, her health problems or how she was feeling or whatever. So she was sleep, she was laying down, and then all of a sudden the mom looked at the daughter, and she could see that her daughter's eyes was getting like glassy type. Her eyes was getting very glassy, and she was having convulsions. And so the mother turned her over and start doing, trying to wake her daughter up, from having convulsions or seizures. Sorry, but that's what she was having. And as she was having the seizures, she was shaking, which we would call convulsions, is what we have, and she was doing this shaking, and the mother noticed that was going on, so she began to do CPR on this daughter, and she was watching her daughter dying slowly, and then it was another older person, like another woman was up in the house. Another woman. I'm not going to say she was an older woman, but it was another female in the house. And what she was doing is like, the mother was so scared of this daughter dying on her. So she told the other female to call 911 for this daughter. And as she was calling 911 for this daughter, this mother is watching this daughter dying slowly, or either going into like a coma in front of her. And the mother is feeling very helpless, and she's watching her daughter dying slowly in front of her. Is what God is showing me in the dream. These people live in like the one I'm talking about, the daughter going to a cardiac arrest and having convulsions. These people live in an apartment. They live in an apartment complex. And it looks like it was like a 2-bedroom type apartment complex that it was. Or, it could be like those townhouses also. Could be something like that too. And like I said, it's near the bus line because one of the daughter catches the bus. Because I seen her get on the bus, and got off the bus, at her house or whatever. So, and then after that, I was asking God questions about, what he was just showing me. All week I've been getting a lot of downloads, and some things, like I say, is for me, and some things is not meant for me to say anything about. But it has something to, and if you look at it, it's 3 people. You have the son, then you have the mother and the father in one, and then you have a daughter, and then you have another daughter. So it looks to me like this is like this covenant group, and it is the leader's family that this is all happening to. And also another set of family that is among with this covenant group, this leader that has a church. This is what's happening to their family, what God is showing to me. Because of all of the stalking, the following of the chosen ones, the angels, earth angels, star seeds, spiritual beings, people that has, believe in God. And it's a sad situation, that these things like this is going to happen. I have warned people many, many times, to stay out of my dreams and my energy, because when you gets into my energy and my dreams or whatever, God began to show me what's inside your house, what's going to happen to you and your family. Because of the stubbornness, because of you don't want to stop what you're doing, and warnings all the time. The little scare tactics that doesn't bother me. It doesn't in anything in my life, especially little scare tactics and you try to send to me in my dreams. That doesn't work either at all, because God then began to show me who's really behind all this stuff that is trying to send things my way. And that's why now things are going to begin to happen to their children, and they're going to wonder why their life is falling apart with this fake setup church that they have. God is not blessing it because they worship satanic. So it's not even a real church. It's a satanic church, and it's fake. And they have a lot of followers believing that they're following God, but they're actually following the leader, and their family is following and worshiping Satan, the devil. Satanic is what they're doing. And they're doing rituals and everything else on the people that's inside this church that goes to them, that follows them. They're doing rituals to try to keep everything as though as it is seen, like God said, that they set up in the daytime as if they worshiping God, but then at night they worship the devil. They do rituals and satanic stuff, and the followers don't even know that this is what this couple is doing, this family is doing. And it's another set of family also, like I said, because it was in the dream, that is along with them, that is doing all this. They have brainwashed their followers. They have brainwashed people to think that they are good and they are really bad. I had talked about this on my other channel, the Spiritual Earth Angel 623 channel, about this back in March or April or June, one of those videos where I was talking about these fake, this fake pastor, fake preacher and stuff like that, church and stuff like that, that is worshiping satanic, during the daytime, they're worshiping God on Sunday, and then Monday through Saturday they worship Satan. So I've talked about this. So now this is what's going on in this covenant, this fake church. What's going on to their family, their immediate family, and with their children. Is like they're losing it because they didn't have any control over the son at all. The mother was trying to control the son in a dream about, being 100% with them in the church, and the son decided he wanted to go a different way. That church was not for him. So there's a lot of dynamics, family dynamics, in this situation where the children are being what they call disobedient to the parents. They're doing their own thing, and the mother is trying to keep it together. She's like a first lady or pastor of the church or whatever. She's trying to keep things together, but her family is falling apart because of what they've been doing, what they've been harvesting, what they've been doing behind closed doors. And it's being exposed. God is exposing it now, and their members is going to really see who they really are, and they're going to wake up from the illusion that has been cast over these members and these followers. They're going to begin to wake up now, and they're going to begin to see the real truth about this fake pop-up church, is what I call it. Even though it's, I saw where it was kind of big and it had a lot of members in it, but still, God is going to shut it down. He's going to shut the church down. He's going to shut down this pastor and their family. They're going to begin to lose a lot of things. They're going to be, and it's going to be in the public, where they're going to be exposed, humiliated in public for what they've been doing. Is what God is showing me and telling me. As we are speaking, He is, downloads that this is what's going on, because they don't know how to stop stalking and following, and doing weird stuff to the chosen ones that God has has put on this earth, and has called to do a mission, to do His work, to do His will in their lives. And I am one of them, because I was called since I was a child. Everybody knows my history, that back in, my gifts and stuff started when I was 8 or 9 years old, when God began to come to me. So, and they're trying to stop, and they can't stop. Their sins are being exposed, public now, for what they've been doing, and people begin to stop following them because of what they're doing. And I can see this church. I can see this church is called Salvic, SLAVIC. It's the name of this church. And as I'm speaking to you, I am seeing a vision, and God is showing me a vision, and it's where some land is at, and it's a house beside it also, and then there's some land. This pastor of this church is a devil worshiper. He's not of the light of God. Their family is not. And they got a lot of followers that are following them. And they are being blind and cast with illusion to make them think that this pastor and his family is of God, and they're really not. They are using the members' souls to harvest the energy, and still in using their money to do all these rituals against the spiritual ones, the chosen ones in a community. And they're the real witches and warlocks in the community. And it's not the earth angels, are not the chosen ones that God has really truly called. I see that the cloud, I see like a cloud, and where God is saying that this is where the dark cloud that's going to be hanging over their heads now, that they wanted for the chosen ones, now it's going to be over their heads. This dark cloud going to follow them over their heads. Everything they have done is being reversed back to them. As I'm speaking, it's being reversed back to them. Every ill will they wish on the chosen one, divine beings, is being sent back to them. The stalking and the fathering now is going to be reversed and sent back to them. The entities they try to call back out is being sent back to them. And now, and people going to start seeing that they're going to fall back. And I'm seeing them falling by the wayside. God is saying they fall by the wayside. And when you fall by the wayside, you know, that's destruction of God. And I can see Archangel Micheal and his warring angels, Megatron, Gabriel, Raphael. I can see all of them coming after this family to do war on them, to bring them down. And that's what I'm saying. They're going to be falling by the wayside, one by one. He's plucking them out one by one. And that church is going, the doors of that church are going to shut down. I see in God closing the doors of that church and shutting it down. Because no more harvesting souls that these people was trying to do in this small community. And God to do, and the delusion that they had over this community is no longer there no more. God has cleared the delusion. Now people is going to wake up and they're going to see truly who these people are that has come into their community, pretending to be good, and there are satanic worshipers that don't even believe in God at all. Matter of fact, God is saying they hate him. And that's why he's coming now, to do war. And I can see the angels doing war on them. Spiritual war. It's a spiritual battle. It's coming for the good, to help the good. The 144,000 chosen ones. I can see that the battle's coming. The spiritual battle is coming to fight against this evilness in the spiritual realm and in 3D on earth in round 2. So, and then another part of the dream, that then God shifted me to Jupiter. And it's like I was on the planet of Jupiter. And my God, that planet is so beautiful. Seriously, it's very beautiful. When I was on Jupiter, it's like, you know, when you go into like space, you got to have like a space suit on to breathe, right? Well, I didn't have to breathe. You know, when I say I don't have to breathe, that means that when I didn't have to wear like a space suit, you know, to have oxygen and all that stuff, an oxygen tank and everything else on there. When I went to Jupiter, it's like I went to Jupiter, I could actually, you know, breathe like I am here on Earth. I can walk around on there. The rings of Jupiter was so beautiful, you know, with the pink and the blue, the yellow, the little red. You know, I could see all those colors in the rings around Jupiter. Jupiter has like plants, like these weird type green plants that you wouldn't see here on Earth that is growing. Big bodies of water. that I could see on Jupiter, that where God was taking me to. And I could see like big bodies of water on Jupiter. Real pretty blue water, that you could actually see to the bottom of it. The sky was like blue, like this light blue, like our sky on Earth. The sky was like that there. The sun was shining very brightly on the planet of Jupiter. And it's like I was like walking around like as if I was on Earth, but I was actually on Jupiter, walking around on this planet. And I was like in a maze, and I was like, God, I can actually breathe, like as if I'm breathing on Earth, on the planet of Jupiter. And it was like an amazing planet. It was a little warm because of the sun was so bright, and big. I mean, I could actually see the sun. It was so huge. The sun is very huge. Planet. The sun is very huge. Very, very, very huge. And bright. It's like a bright yellow and orange type sun as the color of it. And I could see, the other planet, Saturn. I could actually see the other planet, Saturn, too, with their rings. Also, I can also see that, too, next to it, nearby. And it was so peaceful on Jupiter. It was just very peaceful planet. I didn't see a lot of animals and stuff like that, or what you call aliens and stuff like that. I didn't see a lot of that. But what caught my eye was just the planet itself, and the dirt. It was like a dirt. It was like sand. It looks like light color, brown color, like sand that was on the floor of Jupiter. You could see a little cradles and stuff like that, but it wasn't a lot of cradles. But it was more like a smooth, like land, water, a few little patch of grass, but it wasn't that much grass. It was mostly of water, a body of water, and like maybe a few little strange little plants or something like that was growing out of the sand. Maybe like weeds or something like that. That I was seeing. But just to actually walk around on the planet of Jupiter was amazing to me. To actually see that, where God had took me to see. So then after that, like I said, this all happened within this week. There's God been taking me to different parts, showing me different things in my dreams and stuff like that, traveling and different things. So, and then I came back to Earth, and I was traveling for my job as always. Me and my husband, we travel for our job. We have a business of our own, and I could actually see where there was, I was walking inside, like a store or whatever, to use the bathroom. And all of a sudden I saw this man, long blonde hair, very long blonde hair. And he looked like a hobo, actually, looked like he was homeless, but it, had this oversized gray light coat on or something like that he had on. But his hair was long and blonde. Very beautiful complexion man. Kind of tall, very tall. And it caught my eye. And I guess our eyes locked up or whatever. And I kept looking like, is this an angel? And so I just kept going. And so as this man passed by me, and he said something to me. And so I I kept walking, but then I looked back at him, kept walking. And so later on, I was asking God, who was that encounter? That was Archangel Micheal that I had encountered in human form. He's here on earth on human form. Archangel Micheal's here, and some of the other angels are here along with him, and they are in human form on earth. And most of the time, Archangel Micheal will come to me. He will actually come to me a couple of times in my life when I actually really need him, and I call upon him. He will actually come. He will actually come in human form, and he will allow me he will let me know that he is here, because he'll come and say something to me. And he only say a few words, and then he moves on. So that's how I knew then that he's here. Because now, I don't call him from the heaven realms down to the 3D realm and earth, because of all the stalking, the following, all the evilness that they are doing. And so I have called them down. And so now he's come down to assist him and the angels to do spiritual warfare on my behalf, and also the 144,000. He's here. Archangel Micheal is here. He's in human form. And so the other angels are here along with him. And, like I said, I have encountered him many times in different parts of my life, in different moments of my life. He will come in human form and show up, and he will come to me in a way, and he will say a few words or whatever to me to let me know that it was him. He is, Archangel Micheal is, he has a sense of humor. He might have like this blank face look, this serious look face, but he's really not. He has a sense of humor in the way he do things. When he comes, when he comes and approach you in your life, he doesn't come in to like scare you. He comes in very humble, he's like a very peaceful, humble angel. He's about God's business. Yes, he is about his Father's business. But when it come down to seeing about God's chosen ones, and the 144,000 of us that is on earth, to make this planet a better place, to wake up people from the matrix, then and speak the truth, and expose the devil and his minions and his demons and different things like that, and do spiritual warfare. Like I say, he's very humble. When he comes into your presence, it's angelic, it's peaceful, it's loving, a light, a glow, that you will feel on you, that you're not scared or anything like that, because he's not there to make you scared or anything. He just there to bring peace and joy, And I know, like I said, he'll come and say some crazy thing to me, and I'll be looking at him like side eye, be like, really? Did you just say that to me, Archangel Micheal? Stuff like that. So like I say, he do have a sense of humor, at that time. And he does read your emotions, because he's empathy. So he reads your emotion, your body structure, and he'll go on that, to approach you, if, and not everybody can call Archangel Michael. Not everybody that has that privilege, that they can just all of a sudden just call on him. You have to be one of the 144,000 chosen ones, a spiritual being that God has called, has truly called, to have that relationship with God, and have the relationships with the spiritual guides, and have the relationships with the angels. The guardian angels is what they are. You have to have the relationship with them, because they're not going to just come to everybody just because you want to call on the angels or whatever. They're not going to come. You have to have a special relationship. And it has to be something very serious, in order for them to come down on the 3D realm on earth, to do spiritual warfare and do spiritual battles. And like I said, as we are earth angels, we're guided under God, and we're guided under, the earth angels are guided under Archangel Michael and the guardian angels in heaven, the spiritual realm. We all are guarded under them. They give us instructions on what to do here on earth, as whereas God does. God give them the instructions, the angels in heaven, and then they will delay the messages also to us. And then God would come down himself. Like I had a dream before where there was an entity trying to come between my relationships. Every time something good come to me, a relationship was trying to come between that to steal, because of someone sent it. And God came down himself as a God, a huge God. And he came down himself to stop this entity and cast it back into hell. So that entity no longer dwells on this earth. And I had also talked about that in another video also, on my divine angelic chosen one channel. I talk about that also, in a dream that was happening. And like I said, these people think that they can just come in and alter my dreams and, change the scenario of the dreams and stuff like that, and try to do scare tactic, and it doesn't work. It backfires in their face is what happened. And then God began to show me their lives and what's going to be happening to them, exposing them, the naked truth of them, what's really going on behind closed doors in their homes. See, that's what you need to do. You need to stop getting into people's energy in the dreams at 2, 3 in the morning. You doing crazy stuff 2, 3 in the morning, and don't understand that when you do that and you go into all the 144,000 chosen ones, being that God has chosen, you trying to go into their dreams, trying to alter things. Don't you know that they are seeing your sins? They're seeing everything that you're doing, and they're going to be exposing it and telling the truth. That's why you thinking that the 144 chosen are talking about a lot of the stuff now. It's being exposed. It's being awakened and being exposed, coming out the matrix, because you're in their energy. And every time you're on that platform or whatever, they're in public eye or whatever, and you on that platform while they're doing readings or they talk about spiritual things, and don't you know they're exposing all of your sins? They're exposing everything that you're doing, but in the dark, it's coming to the light. And you can't alter. You can no longer alter. You can no longer do anything to the chosen ones more now. Because now Archangel Michael and his angels are here now on earth in a 3D realm. They are here. So it's nothing you can do. And he's going to start, Archangel and his angels going to start appearing to the 144,000, the chosen ones. He's going to start appearing to them. And encounter, they're going to start encounter angelic human beings on earth. And when he does, he's going to come and he's going to say a few words like he said to me. That's how you know that you have encountered an angel or entertaining an angel. I told you in my last video that there's a spiritual battle is going on now because of all this evilness on earth. Because you're trying to stop the mission and the journey of the 144,000 chosen ones, a spiritual being that God has called to do his work here on earth. And you're trying to stop it. The satanic. And now the covenant, the agreement, the veil has been broken, has been torn, has been ripped down. That had kept the covenant, now it has been torn down. The covenant has been broken. You know, and it reminded me of like with Moses, back in Moses' day when he was writing the 10 Commandments, and how he threw one of the commandments and broke it on the ground, and it broke into pieces because the people wouldn't follow the 10 Commandments that God had gave Moses for them to follow, because they decided they wanted to go on and worship whoever they want to worship, idols and Baal, B-A-A-L. And B-A-A-L in the Bible is considered as the devil. That's another name for the devil. So that's what's going on. And that's what I was seeing. It's been broken. The 10 Commandments has been broken. Between the dark and the good, it has been broken. So now there's a spiritual battle going on in the heaven and on here on earth. It's a battle now. More and more 144,000 is going to be waking up and coming out the matrix. They're going to be waking up. It's no more illusions, no more delusions being cast over to keep them stuck. They're going to step fully into their calling, their mission, their path now. As God is showing me. As I'm speaking, the downloads, messages coming to me. More and people going to get caught up in their sins. Sickness and death. Would they wish death and accidents and danger and stuff on other people? Now it's going to be reversed back to them. They're going to be in danger. Bad things going to happen to them in their homes. They're going to experience paranoia, I guess, activity. Or paranormal activity. Yes, paranormal activity. Thank you, God, that they're going to be experiencing. Because like I told you in one of my other videos, God is fed up. He is not pleased with this. He is not pleased. And their families is going to get hit hard with this wrath. This plague. Like he had did with the Pharaoh when it came to Moses freeing his people. And he was hit with all of this plague. Well, that's what's going to happen to this covenant group. The leader. He's going to hit, this family going to be hit with a plague. And they're going to start dying. Getting sick with illness. The group. because they wouldn't stop what they was doing. These set of men that think that they can control spiritual beings when they can't. They have no authority to control spiritual beings. No control. God is in control of the 144,000 spiritual beings. They take orders, and we take orders from God. Not satanic worshipers. And all of the root workers and the spiritualists that is doing bad and taking money from these people to do evilness towards 144,000 chosen ones are now not exempt. God said they are not exempt. They're going to get their judgment too, and their wrath also, because they had a choice to choose from good or bad, and they decided to choose the bad side. So now they're not going to be exempt either, and they will be exposed. The work, the gifts, everything will be taken away. And the work that they're doing, it will be backfiring right back to them too, as it will to the person that came to them and paid them the money. It will be backfired back into them also. They're going to get it too. You know, I'm resting and I'm sleeping, and God woke me up and said I had to get this message out to the 144,000 chosen one spiritual being that God has called on this earth. It doesn't matter what your calling is in God. This message is for you. And however it reaches you, take heed, take warning. A war is coming. A war is here. The angels are here. They are in human form. They are here walking this earth. And they're going to start taking people out. Battles going to be starting. Spiritual warfare battles is starting. Because God is not pleased with this earth. You know, God was the one that made this earth. And you know He can always destroy this earth at any time. We're living in our last days. We're living in the book of Revelation, the ones that believe in the Bible, the Revelation, the final chapters of Revelation. We're living in it right now. You can see with all the things that was going on in the world right now. With countries and countries coming up against each other. Warfare, mission, weapons being developed, aimed at each other, each country. Children turning against their mothers, fathers on their own, dying of young ages. Illness, sickness, diseases, the plague that's going to come to this earth that you're not going to have a cure for it. It's coming. You won't be able to tell night from day, or the hour, or the time. You're going to start seeing people dying, just drop dead, just drop dead wherever they're at, or in their sleep, or their waking life, on their jobs, driving. You're going to see it all of a sudden. illness begin to hit people. And doctors is not going to understand what's going on because we're living in the last days of this earth. And you need to repent and get your life together. Repent and get your life together. And seek to be on the good side. Be on the good side. Unless you was from a past life and you already chosen the bad side, it's nothing God can do about that, because you had a free will, a choice to choose. So that's your fate. And he said, so shall it be. Warning comes before destruction, God says. He's been warning for some years, centuries. It is written by the forefathers. It's been written. And nobody wants to take heed to it. It's in Hebrew language. It's been written in Hebrew language. The Hebrew Bible. The lost books of the Bible, like Enoch. There's a lot of things like that in the lost books. There's a lot of other lost books too that explains with the visions and dreams of the prophets and the prophetess. Seeing vision dream like I see as a prophetess, a visionary, a seer is what I see. This is something, is a major part of my gift. That's been a major part of my gift all my life. And when I speak of things, things come to pass. It come true when I speak of it. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and happiness, and much blessings to you. Be mindful, be prayed up, meditate, or whatever you need to do. Seek God, or whoever the God name that you worship, you need to seek Him. And if you have done anything against someone, another spiritual being that you have done some against, that you want forgiveness for, then you need to go to God and ask Him for forgiveness and get your life right. Because the angels is here and they don't care who you are. If you part of the 144,000 and you doing evilness towards your own kind, you are not exempt from this wrath either. Or your family are not exempt. Your bloodline is not exempt from this family and from God. The 144,000. Archangel Micheal and the guardian angels. So you better get your life right. And you need to pick a side. Are you being for the good or you being for the bad? And stop deceiving your followers and speak the truth. and take a good look inside your life and stop trying to split up the divine connection that God has put together, because it's not going to work. What you trying to create in your mind, a delusion in your mind, is what you have in a delusion of your own, an illusion that you think that you're going to alter, or you're going to say a few words and think that you're going to make the divine counterparts go a different way or come towards you with manipulation of your words. It doesn't work. God sees that too. And he's going to start shutting down a lot of your spiritual gift in your channels, because you're not being truthful to the collective at all. You're not being truthful. You're not even being truthful to some of the readers. You putting up this facade, this fakeness, and now you cloaking yourself. It doesn't work no more. You're being seen. You're being exposed. Your true personality is coming out every day. It's coming out. As you speak out your mouth, it's coming out. And people are being awakened every day. As we speak, every hour, every second. People are being awakened out of their matrix. It's no more creating illusions no more, and trying to puppet, what they call puppet master, trying to control its puppet, and it can't no more. The strings has been cut. The puppets are free now, because they're out of the matrix. They don't woke up. They're on their spiritual journey, their spiritual healing. And a lot of you, if you have past, you talk about past tragedies and childhood traumas and dramas and different things like that. God was showing me that you also need healing from your past childhood traumas and tragedies and drama that goes on in your life that you have not healed from and let go, before you start teaching others or speaking into other people's lives. You need to get your own life together. You need to go and search and seek for yourself, because you got a lot of rage in you. A lot of rage, God is saying, in your heart. Hatred and envy in your heart. Because maybe a point of time in your life you had given up on God because he hasn't fulfilled your wishes, your dreams. And you thought that God had left you out, but he has not left you out. It just was not your time yet, because there was still a lot of lesson that needs to be learned in your life before your divine counterpart comes in. Everybody's at different stages in their life. There's a lot of past life karma that needs to be cleared before you go into a truly divine union. So stop hating on divine unions, because you're not there yet. You're getting there. You will get there. But you need to go within and do some soul searching. Search your heart. Like David in the Bible asked God to search his heart and make it clean. That's what you need to do also. Make your heart clean, your mind clean, your soul clean. Because your energy that you're putting out is anger, envy, jealousy. When you speak into people's lives, that's what you're speaking. And you need to speak love, peace, and joy. You need to keep your feelings of what you're going through out of when you begin to speak. This is for the readers now. Because I don't know why he's got me talking to these readers, but he got me talking to them. These are for the readers. A lot of you, your energy, you putting out the wrong type of energy. That's the reason why you keep reading the same old energy, because you need to go within. You need to do some soul searching, because there are some things that is hidden deep down inside your soul that you have not surfaced to the top of it, and it's begin to surface. And as it begin to surface, you can see it. You can feel it. It's not all about taking a lot of spiritual bath. It's about getting your soul right, getting your heart right. If you call yourself a part of the 144,000 chosen one spiritual being, you need to get your life right. You need to get your heart right, your soul right. Because you cannot speak into someone's life and give them guidance and advice on anything in their life if you haven't lived it, you haven't experienced it, especially if you're carrying resentful, revenge, hatred, envy, and jealousy in your heart on a down low. Secretly, you are carrying that. And you trying to speak into someone's life. You trying to split up divine chosen ones. God sees it. And he's just letting you go into a reprobate mind. And you can look up a reprobate mind. God said that he will have you in a state. And people are going to begin to see it. Other readers are going to begin to see it. The true readers begin to see it. I know it's a business, and I told God, I said, well, they're doing a business. This is their business or whatever. But yeah, there was tarot card readers and different things in the Bible also, because Saul used to go and search out a fortune teller. That's the same thing as a tarot card reader as today. A fortune teller tarot card reader is a new name for a fortune teller, pretty much. Or a psychic reader. So it's the same thing. It was in the Bible. So nothing, is new under the sun that God don't know. And and you have like Daniel in the Bible, Joseph, all of these people that had dreams and visions, and they will go to the high ones and they will tell them about a dream. Like Daniel was in the lion den. The king used to have dreams, and Daniel used to interpret the dreams. Even though they had their little spiritual advisor and psychic or whatever you call that was on their payroll, on their throne with them, side by side. And they could not interpret the dreams that the king and different ones was having. There are true prophetic visionaries, dreamers out there, seers out there that God has, that gave the gift, that can interpret dreams, can give you revelation of your dreams the correct way. Because this is one of their gifts that they've been doing for years. And God's been teaching them how to interpret dreams. And I'm one of them. I know how to interpret dreams. That's a gift that I always had. That's one of them. A gift of visionary, dream, prophetic. Years and years I've been doing this for a long, long time. This stuff is not new, what I'm doing and what I'm saying. And for someone to come and try to mimic and copy my life and try to take my videos as their own, God said judgment is coming to you. Because you trying to be false. You is a false person. And you trying to trick people, the 144,000 and the chosen one. You trying to trick them. And then God said you're going to be exposed also. Because you step off of your mission, which you supposed to be doing, and you got on somebody else's spiritual path and spiritual journey. And your gift is nowhere near it. It won't even come out the same. And some of you are, like I said, still doing it for the money. There are some true readers out there. God was just showing me this. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just a messenger. He's telling me what to say. There are some true readers out there that truly wants to help people, help the collective, help people to waken up. And then you got some that's all about the dollar, all about the fame and the fortune. Those are ones that God said you need to get your life right. Because you about the fame and the fortune, the likes, the views. Because now you don't let greed and the fame and fortune get to you. And God said you better get your life right before he start exposing you. You better get your life right. You better go back in and seek. You better go and seek. You better search your heart and your soul before you speak another word into somebody's life and say that it's truly from God, when you know you did some dipping and dabbing in the dark world. Because you don't need to be taking all these spiritual baths. God said you don't have to take all these spiritual baths. You can take spiritual bath, yes. But when you take your spiritual bath, God already heard the prayers. He already heard. He's cleansing you from inside out. Only thing you have to do is walk that narrow path that he has placed in front of you, your gifts, your path, your calling, whatever your mission is. You need to walk the narrow path. And you need to walk it narrow. And you need to stay on the narrow path. And not get off it. And then straddle the fence. And be lukewarm. Because he's seeing all of this. And it's being exposed. And like I said, God said he's not pleased with it. With some of the 144,000, he's not pleased with it. Because he see what you're doing also. Before you put a title on your name, You better make sure that that title stands up, and that you're doing what you're doing and not doing things behind closed doors and hiding your hands. And then at the day you so loving, you kind, you help people, because God sees it all. He sees everything. What you do. It's time to wake up and get your life together. Until next time, peace, love, joy, and happiness. Again, happy Thursday. Much blessings to you. This is Gracie, the prophetess, the divine chosen one. Spiritual journey, spiritual awakening, and healing. Until my next video, stay safe, stay prayed up in meditation, and make sure that your heart is clean, your mind is pure, and your soul